All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 4-17. And today's lesson is going to be about solving word problems. And the most important thing about today is we're going to be working with solving multi-step word problems. So it's not going to be a simple question they ask you that you see two numbers like, oh, I subtract, or oh, I add, or multiply, divide later. Instead, it's going to be a couple different steps. You're going to have to find a couple different answers and work them out. So let's just get started right with the page. Page 251. Because I'm going to try to do as many of these with you as I can, and then I'll send you off to do the rest on your own. But if we can finish them all, we can finish them all. It'll be great. You can work on some of the other pages from before. So, all right. Isabel bought 36 pieces of fruit for her soccer team. There are 16 apples, 12 bananas, and the rest are pears. How many pieces of fruit are there? So, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You could say 36, and you can minus 16 to give you 20, and then minus 12 to give you 8. Okay? This would be, the answer is 8, but another way you could do it is you could do 16 plus 12 would equal 28, then take the total of 36 and minus 28 to give yourself 8. Okay, so either way you do it, but there's two steps to this. It's not just, okay, this minus this. It's not 36 minus 16. Okay, so there's two steps to it. This would be one step, and that'd be another, or you could do this first and then that, but it's multi-step, so there's more than one way to do it. Or not more than one way to do it, there's more than one thing you have to do to find the answer. So, let's put this in. This is how many pieces of fruit are pears. So 8 pears. Alright, so number 2. Let me get this out of the way for you. Why did it attach? Darn it. So go over here. So let's work on number 2 here. Get rid of what I just did there. Guess I want to write the answer back in there for you. 8 pairs. Alright. Alright, so the next one says Toby had a collection of sports cars. He had 13 baseball cards, 16 basketball cards, and 14 football cards. Toby sold 15 cards and he bought 17 hockey cards. What is the total of cards in Toby's collection now? Okay, it seems like there's more than just 2 steps in this too, so let's work through these steps together. Let's first talk about his collection. He said he had 13 baseball cards, 16 basketball cards, and 14 football cards. Let's add those together. We have 13 here and 4, so 43. Okay? So he had 43 sports cards in all. And then he sold 15 cards. And he bought 17 cards, hockey cards. So he sold 15 cards. So let's minus now. Gives us 28. So he's at 28 currently right now. Then he went off and bought 17 hockey cards. Give you 45. So if everything is worked out right, it should say that he has 40. It should be that he has 45 cards right now. There were a lot of steps in this. There were 3 steps. First, you added the total amount of cards he had at the time. Then you subtracted the amount that he sold, and then he went off and bought 17 more. So you had to add that back onto what your new total was of 28. That gives you to 45. So now he has 45 cards. But that was 3 steps to answering that question. Let's go to number 3. There are 15 more boys than girls in the school band. There are 27 girls. How many students are in the school band? Okay, there's not a ton of steps in here, really. There's only one step. You just have to understand what they're asking. Okay. So, I guess there are 2 steps now I think of it. Yes, there are multi-steps here. You need to figure out how many more boys there are than girls. Okay? So, 27 girls says there are 15 more boys in the class, or in the band. So you have 12 42. So you have 42 boys. Then it says how many students in all are in the school band. So you know there's 42 boys. So you have to add on 27 for the girls to give yourself 69. So 69 students. I almost missed a step there. I almost totally just did 42 for boys because I didn't continue reading. It said how many students are in the school band. Students, not just boys. So you have to find out the boys first and then add the boys on to the girls to give you 69. So 69 students. Number 4, Finn delivered 13 pizzas. Then he delivered 8 more pizzas. Altogether, he delivered 6 fewer pizzas than Liz. How many pizzas did Liz deliver? All right, so the first thing is he delivered 13 pizzas. Then he delivered 8 more. So 13 plus 8 is 21. Okay? Altogether, he delivered 6 fewer than Liz did. So he had 21, and it was 6 fewer than Liz. So if you add on 6, it'll tell you how many Liz delivered. Okay? So the first step was to find out how many Finn delivered, and he delivered 6 fewer than Liz, so just add 6 on to get what Liz delivered. So Liz delivered 27 pizzas. And number 5, Majid built 7 car models and 14 airplane models. Jasmine built 9 more car models than Majid and 6 fewer airplane models. How many models did Jasmine build in all? Well, let's see. We'll take Majid's 7 cars and 14 airplanes. It says Jasmine built 9 more cars than Majid, so she built 16 cars. But Majid, more than Majid, and 6 fewer airplanes than Majid. So she built 6 fewer airplanes, so that's subtraction. So that's 8 airplanes is all she built. So how many models did she build in all? You take your 16 and you add it to 8, and that means that she built 24 models in all. Notice the steps. Don't get tricked by the amount of steps. Don't miss a step. Always go back and look. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense that she had 24 models? Well, let's see. Majid built 7 car models and 24 airplane models. So he built 21 models altogether. But Jasmine built 9 more cars, but 6 fewer airplanes. So there's actually a difference of 3 there. If you think about 9 more cars, but 6 fewer. So there's 3. A difference of 3 because 9 minus 6 is 3. And if he built 21 and you add 3 to it, you get 24. But that's a different type of thing to think about. So let's get all this out of the way. I'm going to start working on the next page. And I don't want to sit up here for 15 minutes and talk to you. But this is going to include, hopefully, more than just multi-step, because it says use rounding to decide if the answer is reasonable. Write yes or no. Then find the answer to see if you are correct. It says Nathan counted 28 large dogs and 37 small dogs at the park. He said he saw 55 dogs in all. Okay. So using rounding, is it reasonable to say 55? If you look at 28 and 37, 28 is close to 30, and 37 is close to 40, so that's close to 70. And he has 55 dogs in all. So I don't like his estimation. I don't like his rounding. If you work it out yourself, you'll say 28 and 37 equals 65. So he was 10 off. Okay, so no. Then 65 what? Dogs. The next one. There are 122 third grade and fourth grade students in Cedar Creek. There are 67 students in third and 55 students in fourth. So what you have to try to figure out here is it tells you that there are 67 students in third grade and 55 in fourth. Well, what you would have to do is you'd have to take 122, which is close. 122 is close to 120, and it tells you there are 67 in third grade, so you're going to round that to 70, and then it tells you that there will be about 50 students in fourth grade. So 55 is a good estimate, is a good rounding, is a good guess. So let's work out the actual problem. if there are 122 total students, and let's do the I want to do the little triangle or math mountain, whatever you guys call it. If there's 122 total students and 67 are in third grade, in order to find out the fourth grade, you would just subtract. You get 55 and 5, so you get 55, and that's exactly what the answer is. So yes, 55. Okay, I'm going to stop there because there's only a few minutes left. I'm sure you don't have a whole lot of time to continue with this, but if you do have time, go back and do the rest of this page and any pages before, and we'll continue working on this in small group.